This Might Be Risky sponsorship package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This might be risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, like it should.
Kenn,
What?
Kenn, do you think men love harder than women?
In a different way. I do think that men love differently from women. Harder, I think it's in a different way because men
Kenn, they got a
get
gun.
different
They got a gun in
benefits.
your head. They got a gun in your head. They want an answer.
Men get different benefits from being with women than women get benefits from being with men. So
Knew
the
I had-
love is different because some of it is based off of benefits. As
men-
long as your meals are cooked, as long as you're getting sex, as long as these things are in place, do you know what I'm saying? Because love is unconditional. I don't care what niggas say. Love is unconditional. There are conditions to love.
You sound
And
saying
people
love is
want to make
conditional.
love is very much so conditional, and people make
Okay.
it so beautiful, Cinderella. Like, oh, love is unconditional. No, love has motherfucking conditions. Okay, and
Okay.
that's just what that is. So there is a difference in between men love women harder. I can't necessarily agree with that. I
Okay.
just think harder and possessive because we see a lot of men, especially there's an uptick in men when women want to leave y'all asses, y'all are killing them. We just saw a nigga drive his dump truck into the woman's house because she wanted to divorce. Literally a dump truck into the house because she ain't
Well, let me-
answer the phone, nigga.
Let me add.
It's possessive. It's very
That's
much
not
so
love though, but that wasn't love.
And you gotta switch your Google searches. You googling the wrong stuff. You gotta Google something positive, brother.
Yeah.
No, it's not about Google searches. I don't Google these things. These things are in your face.
It's your algorithm. You be watching
No,
fight compilations and shit like that.
no, oh my god,
No,
I
I
don't.
saw
I
that
don't watch
story too, though. I
violence.
saw it.
Nah, it
That was
was
on the
on my
news.
Let me
Yeah, I
ask.
saw
Let
that
me.
same
Let
thing.
me.
But that's not. But that wasn't love. I wouldn't call that loving. He loved her so hard that he got so mad that he drove his truck into her house.
So,
No,
Asia,
but I'm
same
saying
question.
there's possession. When men love, it's mixed with possession and
That's
mixed
toxic
in with the
masculinity.
love.
By
No,
definition of toxic
no.
masculinity.
I disagree with that because you don't have to be toxic to be possessive.
But no, the definition of toxic masculinity includes control by way of violence.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's by definition.
I
that's-
agree. Yes, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but I think I think when you're in a marriage, I think you have possession over your wife, over your husband.
Mm-mm.
For sure. But Asia,
Nothing
Are
is
you gonna
yours.
hit that?
huh?
Nothing is yours. Nothing
You
is
gonna
yours.
accept
Your
possession?
children aren't yours. Your house isn't yours. Your car is not yours. Your
That's-
soul is not even yours. Nothing. You own
I
nothing.
know you're going down your ideology, but if you
No,
just
you own nothing.
like, that's an ideology a little bit. But in terms of my kids and my wife, I own them.
You don't though. The state can
She
take your
belongs to
kids.
me.
The moment
She
you
belongs
do
to me.
something wrong, the state can take your kids. The moment you fall back on your taxes for your house, the state can take your house. You don't own nothing. You literally
I
own
know.
nothing.
You
I
threw a lot of
understand that. I
ifs out there,
understand.
Ken. You threw a lot of ifs. A lot of ifs. It's
That's
mine until an if
right.
pop up. So
Right.
we're gonna throw out them ifs.
Your house is not even if you're buying your house,
All
you
right.
don't even own because the bank owns the house. Like,
All right. Well, I
nothing is
wanted
Now that
yours.
the house is paid off, Ken. But go ahead.
You still
I
have to pay
wanted
taxes.
to. Yeah. Can we keep? Yeah. Can we don't own shit? All right,
I know you
Asia. What you think? Do men love harder than women?
They believe they do, and I'll say that because it takes a lot for a man to love a woman in how we think of love, because they have to put so many walls, have to get broken down, and you have to go through like obstacle courses to get to that love from a man. And so it's like we have to earn it. And so when I finally I'm talking from a man perspective, I finally given you my love, it can be very all encompassing. It could be very overwhelming on both ends. And so when something happens, it men do take it harder. Men take it a lot harder than women do when something happens after they declared their love internally to themselves and to you. And so, yes, I'll say harder. I'm using the same words you're using, but I wouldn't say harder. But they definitely love differently, and I'll use your word harder than women do.
Okay, I think it's a good word. Any final thoughts on this topic, man? I think the key for this last thing that got uncovered, I think Corn started to uncover, I think Chief maybe had said it earlier, is that like, and I think Q maybe was pushing back against the point, but I think we do need our women to provide those spaces, to provide that comfort. Because we don't need much.
I agree with you on
Just
that.
a genuine ask can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Q. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, I mean, this is not speaking in absolutes with anything. But where it might have sounded like I was pushing back is that self-awareness part and how much you end up putting on somebody else. I think sometimes when we speak in those terms, it goes back to that same narrative of, okay, now I'm gonna expect you to ask. Now I'm gonna expect that, and when it doesn't happen, based off that expectancy, it puts me in a vulnerable place to feel a certain way, which then can lead to certain thoughts, which then can lead to depression, which then can lead to suicide, which then can lead to all these other emotional traits that men typically don't have. So I think that's what I was trying to get at. Is like, if you are more self-aware, there shouldn't be that need. Now, if your woman is obviously asking on occasion, yeah, I'm not speaking against any of that. Just like I'm not speaking against you helping her out, or you being able to, or her helping you out, or you being able to cry around her. I think all those things are normal. But I think when it becomes a bit much, that's when it's like, to me, that's outside of the normal character of the male species. And that wouldn't be the lens that I would raise my son under, to be codependent in any way. Because it lends to codependency in my eyes.
Interesting. Damn, that was an interesting point. That probably got to do another 30 minutes. Man, listen, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. This has been awesome. I've definitely learned a lot, gained a lot, I think. Even Adrian said a lot. I ain't agree with a lot of that shit. It sound like you got a website or something you trying to sell? What the fuck you? Therapy?
Nah, you know what, I started to, but I was like, nah.
Do it, bro. Do it.
Nah, I mean, I'm starting something, but I'm not about to just have, like, I got to move at a certain pace right now. So I'm not in the place to take on anybody else, but it's coming. You know what I mean? It's coming.
Indeed. Well, listen, man, I don't really like Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. T, final thought.
Yo, my final thought is, first and foremost, brothers, it is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to talk to someone, no matter how tough bravado that we have to be or should be. It's okay to find a safe space, and therapy is good for the soul. So if you can't find help, please find it somewhere. I'm out.
Word. Corn. You on mute?
Bruh. I'm over just talking. I ain't gonna go through that fast as I start talking. Now I would say my final thoughts is more so like I would say, like I said, my final thing that I had said, previously, is to the women, like like you said, creating a safe space for us as men. What I'm saying, we say we don't take much, just asking us how we doing, how was our day, and possibly even taking the step forward, and if you have the capability, being able to pray for us, like actually verbally praying for us, and it just gives that support system to let you know, okay, it's not all about me, it's about us. So that'll be my final thought.
Word. Sad.
Society currently is coming up with all these different buzzwords and topics to try to create division amongst us as far as our men and our women, especially in our culture. I just think a bunch of it is a lot of BS. So I don't subscribe to any of it. At the end of the day, there are gender roles. There are gender roles in everyone's house for the most part. So just stick to what you know.
Word. Ken?
Oh, the baby. Yeah. So no matter what you think, I believe that we all have battles that we are facing. And as I said earlier, it is for you to do the work. Typically, these battles come from childhood traumas and wounds and things. And no matter how well you think you're concealing it, it's coming out in various ways. So do the work.
Word. Russ?
My final thought would be suffering in silence is a thing. It doesn't have to be a thing. If you feel like you go through your life best dealing with your own, do what's best for you. But there are safe spaces out there. You can curate a safe space. You can find somewhere to be vulnerable, and there's nothing wrong with that. Worst case scenario, talk to your barber. You know what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing for the next 20 minutes. You can always open up to somebody. So just find whoever that is for you, and use it, man. Use it. Yeah, that's it.
Word. Asia?
Find your safe space, find your tribe. No one should suffer in silence, and please do not suffer. And I think we've already defined what suffering means. Not everyday ordinary challenges, but truly suffering should not have to occur for you to feel you need to exist and be strong. So find your tribe, find your safe space, and allow yourself to heal and work through those suffering places you're in.
Word. Mr. White?
Toxic masculinity does not exist.
Yes.
Nothing about masculinity is toxic. All right. So for all the men out there, be strong, be decisive, be assertive. There's nothing wrong with none of that. In terms of men suffering in silence, find you a safe space. That don't mean you need to be talking to everybody, because everybody not equipped to handle it, but you do need to find somebody to talk to. Women, something that can help you cultivate that space. When a man is bringing an issue to you, that's not the time for you to bring up an issue you have with him. Just listen. Just listen, respond. You can ask questions to make sure you got clarification, but then that's it. Wait till tomorrow to talk about something that you have an issue with. But that will allow him to know, okay, I can say something, she actually will listen to me. So that's something that you can actually do to help cultivate that space for us.
Word. Q?
Shout out to Adrian, man. I don't usually agree with that nigga. I agree with that nigga. Yo, it might be the shirt. Maybe the shirt got some influence. Shout out to the shirt, man. Buying my shirt too. I appreciate the support.
Oh, I want to buy.
Yo, Kenny, I got you. Say less. So all I want to say is toxic masculinity is femininity. It doesn't, it's not even real. There's no such fucking thing as toxic masculinity. Ain't shit masculine about toxic masculinity. That's femininity. All the shit associated with that is feminine traits. Also, if you feel like killing yourself today for any reason, don't. Your life has purpose. Fuck whoever's saying whatever. That's just probably the realest shit that anybody could ever tell you. And also, live and walk in your motherfucking truth. That's another reason people be wanting to feel they trying to people please. You will learn very quickly that shit will not get you far in this life. You can never please people.
That's it right there.
Chief.
Oh shit. Solid takes from everybody. For the fellas, I'd say just we need to be more kind to each other, man. Ask your homie how he's doing, and then ask him how he's feeling, and then ask him again, because he's gonna tell you some bullshit the first time. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's important to get into how we feeling more often than not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm good or can't be our responses. For the ladies, I think if you are going to cultivate that safe space for your man, keep the space safe. And let's not throw it back in his face.
Man, this panel was wonderful. Everybody did an amazing job. I think the traits of yesteryear, I think we need to hold those as a principle. I think everything needs to be tailored and tapered based on the situation. But men, be tough, be brave, be strong, provide, protect, do all those things that you're expected to do. Have principles and guidelines. Don't let everything be too fluid, right? Because then there's no accountability there. But it's real out here, you know what I mean? And it's hard out here. I like what Mary said about Superman. I'm going to do my best. And then I'm going to find other Supermen to confide in, because they'll be able to be not only empathetic, but sympathetic into what I'm going through, right? Because they're striving for the same things. But to be in silence with every subject, I think is going to lead you down a poor path. But some things you may need to sit down, right, and handle on your own. So I learned a lot today. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.